Hiya! Welcome to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I'm Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in the United States, in Washington State, in fact. So I'm going to move my nameplate, and today's video is going to be this darling little card I just created. I am very, very pleased with it. I did mess up a little bit there, but this is my sample. So let me show you what we're going to be using today on the whiteboard. Once again, this is my YouTube channel, Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and the stamp set we're going to be using today, we're going to be using two of them, for Unto Us, for this saying right here, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and Merry Christmas. And then we're going to be using the Angels of Peace. These are both in the mini catalog. And we are going to be using Peace on Earth, Goodwill Towards Men, and the angel here. So I'm going to set those aside. We are going to be using Soft Succulent in some basic white. The DSP is Whimsy and Wonder in the mini catalog. We're going to be using this gorgeous Blushing Bride based snowflakes paper. We are going to be using some Versamark. Some Soft Succulent. The blends I'll be using are Soft Succulent, Cinnamon Cider, embossing powder is silver. The punches I'll be using are the Dual Oval Punch and Label Me Lovely. Both of those are in the annual catalog. I'm going to set the whiteboard aside now. I have done a lot of prep for this card so that it will not take, the video won't be so long. So I'm going to bring in my cutter. Now I've already cut my cardstock, but I want to show you how I scored this. So this is a half a sheet of cardstock cut at the 5.5 mark. Then I put it into my cutter here, or you can use a score tool if you have a scoreboard. I scored it at 2, and then I scooted it over and scored it 3 1/8. I took it out, flipped it over, scored it here at 2-inch mark right there, scooted it over, and 2 1/8 right there, and voila, we have our fun fold, and all of that gets put away because my paper is all cut. So this is our Soft Succulent card base. Now this card, you can do it one of two ways. You can have it opening this way, or you can have it opening this way. And I really liked, for this design, we're going to be having it go this way. Maybe I'll do another card with it going the opposite way, but this is the way this card is going. So there's my card. Now we will, something I forgot to add on my whiteboard is I'll be using a snowflake from the Wonderful Snowflakes in the mini catalog. I forgot to put that on there. I'm so sorry. But here it is, already out. So we have our DSP pieces, and I am going to set my card base aside for right now, my snowflake, and let's go through the measurements for these. Lengthwise, they're all cut at 5 inches. This one is 1.5, and you'll need 2 of those. So 2 strips of 1.5 by 5. And I can write this down real quick so you guys can see it actually. Let's do that. Let's do it in, I was hoping I had a black or orange pen. Let's see, black. Okay, you need, for the DSP, we need cut 2 at 1 1/2 by 5. That's those 2. Then you need 2 strips, cut 2 at 1/2 an inch, those are all inches, by 5. Now the center piece is a 2-inch, cut 1 at 2 inches by 5 inches. And that's our DSP. Now let's get this glued on there. So I'll leave that there if you need to write it down. glue. I'm like, where's my glue? So we fold our card. Fold that one, fold it in, fold it in. Okay? So we're going to open her up now. Lay that there. Those two strips over there. And I start on the right and I work to the left. I don't know why, but that is how I did this card just a few minutes ago before I'm putting glue all over the edges. Okay. Folding it out. And I'm just trying to get a relative equal border around all sides. And this piece is going to line up for the rest of them. So next I'm taking a 1/2 inch strip, 1/2 inch by 5 inches, and I'm going to try to get it right in the middle and pop her down. This is such a lovely, elegant card with this paper. So we're doing the strip again, the other 1/2 inch strip. And we are going to move this over. Just kind of eyeballing it, trying to match it all up. Oh, pick this up. Let's do this one. I don't know what you would call this fold of the card, but I do like it. Been doing quite a bit with it lately. Okie dokie, that looks good. And now we're going to glue the inside piece. Oh, it's stuck to the Post-it note there. Okay. It's cold in my room. The glue is hard coming out there. Let's see. Okay. Move that over a bit. That's why I use the liquid glue. There is our card base. Now, let's go ahead and move on to our angel that I have already used embossing powder. Let me do it this way. I've used embossing powder and Versamark ink. I stamped her in Versamark, used the embossing powder, heated it up, and then once she was cooled down, so I didn't smear it, I went ahead and fussy cut her out. And that being so I can show you how I colored her. And I got a little head start there. So let's go ahead and start with our dark, soft succulent. I'm trying to get the brush tip edge. And I'm just coming in where I think there would be shadows in her lovely dress here. Put a little bit there, there, and in the curves of her gown, I think there would be darkening there, there. Now, I'm not a good colorer, if you want to call it that. With coloring is not my forte here, but the blends do make it very easy to do. Now I'm using the brush tip for the dress because it covers more, and I'm just taking it and I'm kind of rubbing it where blending it more where I use the dark soft succulent, and like in here, and then the rest of it I'm just there's her dress. Okay. And you really just barely need to press on these. I'm not pushing hardly at all. Just lightly dragging the tip almost like a paintbrush where you would want like gentle strokes. And I do want the whole bottom. I don't want a white border around the bottom. That's just me personally. And here I am doing a little bit more blending in of the dark. And I'll do that there too, a little bit more blending. And where I don't have the dark, here I am blending it a little bit more. Using long strokes to bring the ink down. Like brush strokes with the paintbrush. Let's do here. I told you around the bottom of the gown, I need to pick this up. Using more of the brush tip here to go around broader strokes. I want to make sure I get all of the white around the gown. Okay, there is, oops, I missed a little bit right here. All right, and I think I need to come in here a little bit more. It just looked a little splotchy, so let's fill it in. We'll just go over the whole thing again. Get nice even color. And very light on the tip. And these just puts the ink on the paper so great. You can't, I'm surprised myself. Okay, so that's enough of the soft succulent. Now we're going to do her hair, and we are going to start with the dark, and I am using the brush tip. I want to get just oops, got a little heavy-handed there. I am going to be filling that in. I put a couple extra little streaks in there to make it look, for me anyways. Now we're going to go to our light soft succulent, and I'm still using my brush tip. And go around in tiny little circles, gently blending the colors in there and trying very hard not to get out of there. I wanted it to look like she had more hair there. All right, I am really, really happy with the way she looks. And oh, the other thing I forgot to put on, oh, her hand too. Gonna have to go back and fix that here. Okay, is Winka Stella. I took Winka Stella and I did my bird. And then I did my angel wings. I'm just brushing it on there. I want lots of sparkle on there. And now I'm going to come in. I didn't do this last time, but on my other card, I waited till the end. And I'm like, oh, her dress definitely has to have the Winka Stella. It needs some shimmer, some sparkle to it. Not as much as the wings, but enough that she's glistening with our little dove. I wonder what Christmas tune the dove is chirping out. Maybe hark the herald angels sing. Okay, so our angel is done now. Now I also went ahead and I stamped and embossed. This is not my best one. I had a second one already done, but I can't find it, so we're going to use this one. First, we'll bring the Label Me Lovely punch, and I use this to punch Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So I just have to look at it, show you guys, and then I'll punch it again. That looks good to me. And then for, set that up there, the dual oval punch. I'm trying really hard to say dual because I always want to say double. Bring this in and do the peace on earth, goodwill towards men. I will be honest with you, I'm going to put this one on my card, but when the video's done, I will stamp and emboss another one and stick it on top of it because I'm not happy with the outcome of that. Okay, next, let me bring in this little bit of paper. You can see where I have a sponge dauber and the soft succulent. And I don't want a harsh border, but very light, so I'm stamping off. I just want a very light bit of soft succulent going around the edges of this, so it has it's a little bit more framed in on the front of the card. But I wanted it lighter than the last time. Let's see. I'm gonna rub it a little bit on the side there. Yeah, I like that. So we're gonna do the same. You could do this with the blending brush. Just, I already have the sponge dauber. Trying not to get my nails in it because that's how I got nails, I mean my fingers. That's how I got ink in the wrong spot on the last one. Just bringing it in. I'm gonna do a little bit more on this side. All right, I'm happy. Nope, I'm not yet. Okay, there we go. Now I'm happy. And same thing on this one. Let's just do it around the edges like this. Nope, I really don't like that. Guess what, guys? We're gonna go ahead and do it on camera. Ooh. Wonder if I could use the back side. I don't think so. All right, let's see. I'm reaching for my two things. My homemade embossing pouch, buddy pouch, if you want to call it that. And silver embossing powder, my coffee filter, no tray right now. Let's see about trying to get this done. Didn't mean to, but that was bugging me. That's just cornstarch, and I made a little baggie for it, filled it up and sewed it on a sewing machine. Let's open this up, and I need the stamp. Would be good, wouldn't it? All right, and a block. All right. Put that aside, close up my ink pad. Guess what? That one's bad too. The men is messed up. So let's flip her over. And we're gonna try again on the opposite side. Hopefully you guys are getting all my mistakes. real stamping, real time. Okay, Versamark one more time, hopefully. I'm gonna try not to smear the Versamark ink. Let's try this now. Okay, I am going to set this aside so it does not get anywhere, and I am sorry. I'll let you look at this card while I use my embossing gun to emboss the saying. The cord does not reach all the way in camera view, so sorry, but it should only take a second to get this heated properly to where it changes. I need to get me a small extension cord. Okay, there, much better. You can see on this one here where the min is, where it's kind of messed up. That's why I did not want that one. Okay, now to bring in the dual oval punch and punch this. Oh, wrong one. Look at that. I almost did it. Well, now we're going to punch it upside down because of the way I stamped it. I'm going to look at it first and then I'll turn it flat, hopefully. Okay. See? Punch. Nice and easy. There we go. All right. Set this aside. And we are going to tap that on my ink pad, blotted some off, and let's see, I want to come in around the edges really softly. Well, let's just, the blending around this oval was not easy to do. You can hear it flick, flick, flick. I really don't want to get any more ink on the sponge dauber than I have to, because I don't want the color dark. I like that. Okay, I'm now, since we have the ink pad open, I'm going to move that aside and we are going to bring in our envelopes. Here, move that aside and stamp them. And I'm simply using the Merry Christmas from the For Unto Us and stamping that there. And this is for the other one. Okay, now we can close up the ink pad, move that aside, and let's finish assembling the card. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Now, I did not want to have her up on dimensionals because I wanted it as flat as possible, and I'm using dimensionals on the front of the card. So my little angel here, not little, she's the larger of the two. I'm really hoping this stamp set carries on to the annual catalog next year, because I would really love to use the little angel for Easter. So if anybody, well, I guess the catalog's already printed up. That wouldn't work. I was like, if anybody knows the people who decide what stamps go in there, tell them to keep this one. And we're placing the Peace on Earth right above our angel. Okay. Now, this is where we're going to change it up a wee bit. I really love the soft succulent ribbon. Okay, and I thought, I did not do this on my first card, but, and I'm not sure it will work, but I really thought I would like to have the ribbon. Where's the snowflake? See, this ribbon would have to be offset on this side to do the snowflake. All we can do is try it, right? But I know it's got to get offset, and I want it completely around this. So let's see, right there. Let me give it a snip and get another one for the other side. And I'll measure it in a second and tell you how much ribbon that is. Let's see. About 12 inches. So we are going to try it on this one. I mean, that's all we can do. And I need to place this one where the two ends meet. I know this needs to get placed right about where the where I want my snowflake. So let me see. Yeah, that will work. Okay. I need some glue dots. Here's my dimensional sheet. And I have some glue dots from a paper pumpkin in here. We'll use these up. I'm looking for my needles. Ugh. Okay. Here's one. I do want a little bit, let's see, right there. All right, and I need one more. All righty. And this is gonna have to be where the snowflake lies. Come on. Go away, little covering. Thank you for your service. Okay. Now, scoot that a bit over. Okay, and let's get this dimensional. It's like they made the snowflake seriously just for the dimensionals, because watch this. Okay, this fits perfectly inside the space for the snowflake. Oh, well, it might help if I have the sticky side down. Okay. And then I can take that off. And yes. All right. That is going to go like that. I just wanted some ribbon on this one. Now, this one, of course, will have to be same with just a little strip, but down farther for our Hark the Herald Angels, which is missing. Let's move that aside. All right, so I know I like it like this, and I like this. It fits right in that border like that. And I think I'm going to bring it up. Pull that down some so I know where it's going. All right. Anywhere after there. So let's scoot this over. Grab one of these. Now I know it'll be covered. Thank you. And bring that down to the glue dot. Make sure I get about the same. There we go. Yes. Okay. I can hear footsteps in my house. My grandson's running. He got sick the other day off eating too much candy and threw up in the middle of the night, so we kept him home from school. And here comes trouble. Give me a second. What can I do for you? I'm doing a recording.
Later, could we play Fruit Atlas?
Yes. Thank you. That was so sweet of him. He wants me to play a game with him on the phone. And just came to ask. Like, yes, we can play off-road, whatever it is. And soon as I'm done with my card here, I'll be going in for them. Okay. I do like that a lot. Little bit different. No, I still want this lined up. That there. And then we're going to bring in some rhinestones. Let me put these in the bin here. And, oh, I have them out already. Let's put some bling on here. Because she's up in heaven, right? She's bringing down sparkles. And these work really well. I am putting, I guess I don't have any more of the large ones. Putting a rhinestone in the middle of my snowflake there. And I'm putting a wee little rhinestone in the star. And another one of these right there. So 3 on the cover. Open her up, and she needs some right next to Goodwill. And I have some that have lost their sparkle for some reason. These have a frosted look to them. Not for this card. Okay, so there is my Peace on Earth, Goodwill Towards Men. She sits like this, so she is when it sits like this, and it's nicely a displayable card. Now for the back of this card, this is where I would do my message, and let me get a piece of a basic white. All right, let's cut a piece and we can put a saying on it. I know it's 2 inches by 5, and this is 5.5, because when I go to use a piece of cardstock, even for punching, I always cut my cardstock in half. So if this is 5.5, I need a 1/2 inch, which is right here off. So they match the panels on the front. And I have a little tiny bit of the snowflake. This is from me cutting my snowflakes. I think we will cut this in half and put it on the top and bottom. Let's see. This is 1 inch, so it's a 1/2 inch, which is right here. And that'll give me 2 pieces exactly to do the back. Let's move our rhinestones aside. Unbring some glue in. All right. It's a little longer. I'll have to trim the end off of these. I didn't check that part of it. I just measured for how to cut it in half. All right, so see there's a little hanging here and right there. Alrighty, and let's see, what shall we put? Oh, this is perfect. We'll go ahead and use one from the Angels of Peace. Blessings to you and yours this season and in the coming year. Let's see how I store mine. I don't think I've used this one yet. All right, let me find the block, and we will come back in with the soft succulent. And someone is coming out here again, it sounds like. I'm just testing it out. Yes. And let's see. I'm gonna have to do another one of these. Yes, I like it for my first sample card. Now I will show you a little variation I did on the first one I made. using some scrap pieces. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I save a lot of scraps and I use them. So let's put this down. That is so pretty. It really is. And it's even pretty with the ribbon running in the back. Now I'm thinking I wish I would have done that on the other one, but it, oh, okay. But what I did do on this one is, if you notice in the reflections, if you can see it, this silver in the designer paper has a holographic silver to it. And I had these little strips, you can see the flicker. So I made this strip here 1.5 inches, and to make it wide enough to fit in the space allotted for it, I did 1/2 inch strips, which is what I had available, and I used them there. And it gives it just a little bit of a different look. If you wanted, you could use silver foil. Like I said, I have scraps, I use scraps. So these are my 2 fun fold cards for today. I hope you enjoyed watching my channel and watching me create these lovely cards. If there is anything I can do to make my videos better, if you have any advice for me, I would love to hear it. If you liked my video, please support it by giving it a thumbs up. If you would like to purchase products from me, you can go on to the Stampin' Up website and list me as your demonstrator. If you already have a demonstrator, I think that's great, because I am here to share what I love with you and my passion for card making, paper crafts. I'll be doing some Christmas ornaments with some things I have using, this angel will be one of them. And I just want to share what I love with others who like doing what I like to do. And that is my whole purpose of my YouTube channel. So thanks for, again, for watching and supporting it. I do have an Etsy shop with my daughter. It is under Alice's Wonderland Creations. She does some things on there, and she's putting some of my cards up there that I make. If you would like to go there and look it out, check it out. But I encourage you to make the cards. There's so much joy in doing this. And when I give a card to a family member or send a card to anyone, I do it out of love. These cards take time to cut, to think, trying this and trying that. And they're truly receiving love from the heart for me. So once again, thank you, and have a great, great day out there, YouTube. Bye now.